So we've talked about sort of the financial models and some of the best practices. And so when somebody sends you an executive summary and it piques your interest, Dan, what are some of the things when somebody does their 5 or 8 minute pitch? Maybe it's in front of an angel group, or maybe it's in front of 3 or 4 guys. What are some of the things that you think are the most important aspects to cover while they have that 8 minute time period with you?
It's really about what's the problem, how are they. This is real basic ABCs. What's the problem? How are they solving it? How they're going to scale it? How they're making money, and how they're exiting.
What are of what you just said? We think it's simple, but what are some of the things that people leave out that we see?
Well, I think that people leave out most of them because they get in and for an 8 minute presentation that they'll make into 20 minutes, 19 of those minutes will be what a great idea they have, and everybody in the world's going to buy it.
What sort of piques your interest the most when you look at it? If you've probably looked at 100 presentations at least, maybe 300. Is there any one presentation that really stands out where the guy just nailed it and you thought, you know what, this guy's got it? What are the things you remember about that?
Well, there's been some really great ones. I think the ones that really jump out are the ones that I can relate to most. So I've seen some really good presentations on things I don't understand. So I don't want to be baffled by the BS. So I really like the ones that I can understand. And if they understand the market really well and they have a really nice solution to a problem in that market that I can understand, that really piques my interest.
Sometimes there's a fine line in sort of opening the fire hose and giving somebody all the information that you think they're going to want, and then not too little. Do you have any advice for people on how to balance that?
Well, angel investing is an individual thing as it is. It's an individual sport. So 10 different angels will have 11 different opinions. Personally, I just want the highlights and get interested in it. The detail we will cover in the due diligence. That doesn't need to be up front because you really want to get the person interested to even take it to the next level. The problem by giving me too much information is I'm going to fall asleep or I'm going to get disinterested. So you want to keep me interested enough to say, let's go into due diligence, and then we can investigate in a greater depth.
Let me jump in on that,
Sure.
because I want to talk about something that has to do with the number of presentations I've seen, and that's presentation style. It has to be focused, and you have to be able to put a presentation together that tells a story from beginning to end. Exactly what Dan said, not too much information, but you have to get the most important facts. I've seen really smart people put me to sleep in 30 seconds because they start talking about the technology behind it or their idea and how great they are, and they don't give what the audience needs. In this case, for investors, they want to know how are you making money?
Mm-hmm.
What's your plan? Where are you going? How are you going to exit? One way or another, if you don't tell that story, you probably lost them, and you probably only have one chance anyway to do it. So just presentation style matters.